Yes, and I want to say hi to the firstiest first, the Fizz, because I cannot see Javi, but I believe you. So hello to both of you. I'm sure you won't be the only ones, but for now it is what it is. So welcome to the episode 70 as wow, we made 70 episodes, man. Well, we made 69. We should have stayed at 69 until the end, man. Anyways, welcome everybody, and yeah, today we'll talk about the awesome town hall we had today. And bullish, yeah. I'll see. Well, I guess,
Just,
welcome to Bebeomega show.
all right, so I'm gonna do the intro again. Hello to Jabby Saints, who's over there on Twitch, saying "Let's go," and didn't mention that he couldn't hear me. And then thank you to Tails, who fixed that for me, and to Fizz, who was first, and Paul Taylor. It's good to see you. It should be fixed now. I believe you guys can hear me because OBS can now see my mic. Yeah, I put in my headphones late today because I just got a late start and yeah, that messed that up. So,
But you can say again about what was the biggest takeaway from the town hall
yeah,
because I
yeah. My biggest takeaway tonight, guys, very simple to say is that Matt was happy. We don't usually see happy Matt. We see overwhelmed Matt. We see frustrated Matt. We see sometimes even like a hint of anger when certain questions are asked from Matt. Just a little bit, kind of passive aggressive. But no, today we got happy Matt, and looking forward, we have Bitcoin up near 90,000, or past 90,000. Unless it crashed, it was close to 100 today.
it's 98 something when I looked a few hours ago.
Yeah, and overall, we just had a lot of bullish little things. We got a lot of different things, and shout out to Aftersound. And yes, let's go, guys. And
And
Plato Zero, who's coming in as well. The crowd is starting to show. Um, Other than that, what did you take from the parts of the town hall you did get to see? Did you want to bring up?
well, I mean, it was all over. Everything they were talking about was kind of on a high note, which we haven't used hearing that for a while now. I hear all the projects that are coming up as something that is very exciting. I personally don't know how much I'm excited about the validators, but I see that people from the company are, so I believe they'll be good for us.
Where did
And
that go?
the survival, it's a new game mode, which a lot of people were asking for. I don't know if that was what they were expecting for, but I think there'll be people that will be interested, especially if the rewards are good with the initial probably low participation. And definitely will give some people as much a reason to collect more than one copy of a card, which overall might have a positive impact on the cards market. And I don't know if you've noticed, like if you check the rebellion market, but some cards are pretty scarce, and we are almost at the end of the print, and by the looks of it, probably it won't be even more than a million. So, I mean, packs in circulate like opened and in circulation total. So that might turn out to be, especially with all the things coming up together, as Matt was saying, if everything falls down, we can see a mini reflection of what happened 4 years ago, was it? When Untamed all of a sudden turned into a very, very expensive set. So, yeah, I mean, guys, not financial advice, but I think Rebellion cards might be a good investment play, um, especially with the not so far away Chaos Sparting Modern. I don't know. I would pay some attention to the rebellion cards as they will be very scarce. Some commons, they're not even full, not even one max copy on the market, especially
Yeah,
the no ones.
yeah, that's a really good point. And I think survival mode is going to play into helping Rebellion be a very valuable set possibly in the future because one of the big fears of the game, obviously, with the next set coming out, is that when Arcana comes out and Chaos goes away, are all the people who mostly play Chaos decks just going to quit? They're going to be mad. Their Chaos cards get lost in Wild. They won't be as competitive over there. Whereas right now they can be pretty competitive in Modern and stuff. Well, now,
Hmm.
if those cards get really cheap, they can play Survival mode. And then it makes it so that hopefully we don't have this big loss of a player base and of assets going down. And then, in my mind, we have the new set come out and we have a new golden age of Modern. Chaos Legion has definitely made Modern really accessible for people to have max level decks. And post Chaos Legion, that's not going to be the same thing. The guys who make the investments to have all the cards, to have the high level cards, are going to be, you know, back to kind of how it used to be. If you had a Jotun, if you had a Kitty, you had a big advantage over the player base who was playing at that time. And now, that's not so much the case. There's not that many cards that are like that rare that give you that much of an advantage. So it's definitely going to be an interesting time.
Yeah, it won't be any cheaper deck than Rebellion, the Arcana, and for sure there'll probably be either common or rare summoners. But pretty much that will be the only affordable summoners. So people might end up just playing those and being not competitive at all in regards to people who actually have um some of the rebellion summoners. So yeah, I mean, I think it haven't settled in people's minds, but hopefully not hopefully, but likely in less than half a year we'll be having chaos out of modern. And I was I was playing some rebellion tournaments. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a shift. Like you're thinking you want to play something and then you realize the card that you're looking for is in chaos or it's a reward chaos or whatever, and you were like, oh, well, I thought I will put that card, but I guess not anymore. So yeah, it will be a dramatic shift. And good thing about the survival mode is there won't be any monthly or season payments. So people who would have been, as you said, angry about chaos being in WoW now, and not only they, I'm not, I don't agree that chaos cards are not competitive with the old WoW cards. I think they're very much on par, in some cases even better. But all of a sudden people would have start paying 2000 DC per season to play there, which for some people might be, might turn them away. But yeah, with the survival mode, they have option, and probably the payouts will be pretty good, at least in the beginning, until more people get into it. And hey, you can use your bots there.
Yeah, yeah, I was going to bring that up too right now. The sneaky thing about survival mode that some people might have missed, but Matt did bring it up, very bot army friendly. If you were somebody that amassed a lot of cards, you were playing with bots and you have a ton of say level 4 cards because you were botting silver or botting a silver account that was making it into gold or something like that. Well, now you can, have a bot, have that bot, have all those accounts, cards on one account, and just have it play survival mode all the time and be one of the ones that are on the leaderboard. And one of the things that's kind of interesting, they haven't reworked the leaderboards yet, to my knowledge. So this could be the first league that has leaderboard rewards that could be much more substantial because it's built towards only letting people who have very deep collections getting really far. Like I don't even have that deep of a collection except for when it comes to chaos cards, and I have those cards spread out on two other accounts that I bought. So I don't know if I would want to stop buying those accounts, bring those cards over to my main account, and then try to have maybe one bot run in survival mode to see what it could do. It's going to be a very interesting thing, and that's going to be coming out early next year, which is pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, you'll have to wait. They will have to make them, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to do that relatively quickly. And I'm pretty sure that they would kind of work anyways because they're going to look at what cards are available to you. And if your card's on some kind of cooldown, it just wouldn't be available. So they would work around you not having that card, in my opinion. But I'm not positive because I don't program the bots. But it is a time where, you could see some bot users come back into the game. You can see some people starting to pay attention to how our cards are holding value, the new sets coming out, the fact that our pre-sale cards are doing really well, right? Oh, and
Yeah.
I took my friend's advice here and I started to bot my account in Wild because I haven't had time to play. So I'm hanging out in Champion too. Um, and good advice, my friend, because look what you helped me get. So we'll just look at this one right here that I got while I was at work today. Looking pretty good. Just extra chest because I'm earning through Wild, and then bam, double gold foil legendary.
Well, you're welcome, my friend.
Now, given I know these one drops haven't really lit the community on fire, but still pretty cool to pull that. Will definitely be something interesting to look into. So
Yeah, I mean,
that was pretty cool.
it at the end of the day, yeah, I think it's. Anyways, I was going to say it's worth the 2000 DEC, but you're not even like you was even paying the 1000 DEC, but you're not running your bot. So I was like, no, I
Well,
mean,
I had stopped paying for it because I wasn't playing in it anymore. But I mean, 2000 DEC to me, it's worth it for the extra rewards you get
yeah,
because
yeah.
the
I mean,
bot is able
it's
to take
long,
you up. It's probably going to get me to Champion 1 by the end of the season.
probably will, yeah.
So it gets you all those extra rewards, and it basically I just have it set to play if I'm
Yeah,
over 30 energy. So
exactly. So I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, why not kind of, well, you could
yeah.
still have some set aside to play. Yeah, or at
Here's
least,
me trying to play
yeah,
and watch the
at
town
least,
hall.
at least he doesn't do that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah. I was like, dang it, I didn't make a team, and then I hit play and I started watching. And dang it, didn't make a team. It
oh
was
well.
pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But yeah, so I mean, the big takeaways too. We did have Blaze come on, and he's going to be there regularly, which I do think is good because I know you're a little bit skeptical on his abilities.
No, no, no,
Uh,
not at all. I just said we don't know. We didn't know anything. I mean, I, I was the only skeptical part was that I don't know what he brings on the table. I mean, it sounded good what I heard from him today. It sounded good what I heard Matt say talk about him when he was on our show. So yeah, I mean, I know that Andrew is a pretty good marketer, so I'll try maybe to get him here. Of course, probably Jangles will get it before us, but I was thinking of asking. I didn't know there is Tanho. I was
that's all
thinking,
right. We got Matt first.
no, it wasn't first.
I'm just joking. Just because it was Matt talked about how he's going on their show in December, and I'm like, been there, done that.
No, but
But
the interesting is it was somewhere around the weekend. I was like talking with my friend Vozena, and I was just thinking because I spoke with Roy Ego the previous day, and I was like, maybe I should have asked him. I guess Steve won't ask him about coming to our show, but maybe I should have asked him. And then the next thought was, or maybe I should just uh ask Blaze to come. And then when I was talking to Vozen, he said like, did you watch the last show of People's Guild with Blaze? And I was like, oh, well. of course. Of
Oh,
course,
that's where that comes from.
Django's
Yeah.
got him before. But I was going to say, I don't know if he's still listening in his car, but maybe we should make some kind of a, a package deal when he invites somebody. They go to his show, he talks with them, then they come to our show, and then the people talk with them. Like people ask questions and stuff like that. See, it's a good two-way deal. He gets to have the interview, and we get to have the whole conversation about what was said there.
Oh, that's an interesting idea because
Yeah.
not everybody does do, like, even if they do, sometimes, Bajango's show is awesome, but it can go a lot of different ways with different people. It can be a lot more about their history, a lot less about the game, a lot more about hobbies and things like
And
that
not
for
only
part of
that,
it, and
mm,
sometimes about big things in the game. It's a different experience than being live here and being able to
yeah,
interact with some of the people.
the
So
thing is, his show is pre-recorded, so people not like they listen to the whole awesome conversation, but they cannot ask questions or anything. Whereas here could be the after show, and they can ask all the questions they have from listening to guy over there. Hmm? What do you say,
maybe,
Jangos?
maybe,
If you're still
maybe
listening,
if
yeah.
he yeah, we can bug him about it right here. But the reason I had up the Splinterlands what do you call it, X account. This is basically where he's been coming. He's got access to all the accounts. He's planning on doing something on TikTok eventually, but he's waiting for the game to really have that new player experience done before trying to spend some time getting viral on TikTok, because he doesn't want to have that viral moment then have the site not really live up to it. He's doing a lot more giveaways on here, and it's just nice to see this really active. And if you're not interacting with it, he did ask that you come, you follow, you start interacting, start liking, start commenting on some of these things. I'm going to try to be a little more active here. It's a lot easier to integrate, to come here and interact with these, and maybe win some packs and things like that. So it's going to be interesting for sure. Oh, and hey, Ank, he wanted to say hi to everybody. He's over there on the Twitch chat. He might make it over here to YouTube eventually.
Hello, Hank. Nice
Um,
to see you in a way.
So our auction cards. Let's see. Bidding ends in 4 hours, and our top bid is 1-4, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. What's the cheapest one? It was funny. Vet V had mentioned he got the cheapest one. Okay, so you still have a Zircon here, pumping up the bid along with Woody. Ghostly. I would hope that we could get something like that. So that's the bid history. Where is the past winners? So we had 1,000,003, a million. That might be the lowest still, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty.
One three,
That's a
one three,
deal.
one three, one three, one three, one three.
I
Wow.
wonder. I wonder how Azircon didn't put 1-3 on that one.
Well, maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he hadn't moved the funds in. Can you
Oh
look at the
no,
bid? Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
You
same.
well,
It's the same. It's the same credits that he has. Oh,
yeah. See,
he put
he
just 1
wasn't
million.
he wasn't here yet. So let's see. When did
Oh, that's the
Azarcon?
second. Okay, that's the second one.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was the second one. He didn't start coming in, and at first he was just holding the million
1
line,
million. Yeah,
and now he seems to be holding.
1-3.
Yeah, yeah. His somebody let him buy a second one, so maybe this goes away. It's going to be interesting to see
No,
if.
yesterday Matt got one, but before Matt there was a 1-3 bid from Azircon.
Yeah, there was a 1-3 bid here. So if Azarcon's going to keep bidding 1-3, somebody's got to let him buy one for that 1-3. That way, and it's not that way. Maybe he'll go back down. We'll
I
see.
don't think he's doing it for the buying part, so
Yeah, yeah, I don't think he's trying to win either. I think he's holding up the floor and making people
yeah,
pay a little bit more.
yeah.
That I do agree with that. Even if it was like this guy here who looks like he just barely paid over 3, and Azarcon then was only bidding it down to up to 1-2. He's playing a dangerous game, but I
Oh, I
don't know.
guess he wouldn't mind getting a second copy, but that's not
Yeah, but
his
like
main.
you got Cryptomancer still trying to get one. You got Jeff Opens Cards trying to pick one up. Ghostly BG is in here with these, hoping he'll get one to fall to him for this lower bid. Oh, look, somebody bid 12,000. Kyle was really hoping people were sleeping on this one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm really curious to see which number we're at now.
oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back.
14? Was it 14?
Yeah, I wanted to see. Oops. I wanted to see how it was in the 30s. We're doing. Let's see.
It says 15. 15. Okay, we're doing 15.
Yeah.
It's on the card in the lower down the card
Yeah, and
lower.
then we
Mm.
have this one, and then one, two, three, four, and then the first gold
Yeah,
foil one.
that's the one curious to see how it will go.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah,
be
but
interesting.
like I was planning on trying to buy one somewhere around here. Is my current plan because I don't want to wait near the end in case it starts to get wild the last week or two, and people are having to way overpay to get one. So and also because that gives me a little bit more time to bring some money in because unfortunately every time I build up my DEC stack, I buy these. So I ended up maxing out both the last two, and now we have these two new cards, which we have this very interesting skill coming into the game since we haven't talked about these
Yeah,
yet.
unfortunately, that's when I have to just get the money and I mean I have
Yeah,
to max. You see, usually the new abilities they were putting them in the beginning, and I was
now,
happy getting lower levels, but this is really a needed ability, and
yeah,
I
like this one's okay, but not
I don't care much
amazing.
about that one.
I don't think. Yeah, this if I have to skip one, it might be this one, because I mean it's got a sneak, so it's a sneak with two forms of attack accounts. It does have an early stun, so maybe getting like a level 2 one would be kind of interesting. And then it picks up piercing. It has a divine shield, and it has knockout with stun. I don't think we've ever seen those two together, so this
Yeah,
could make it an interesting card only because it gets two attacks. So
so maybe
the
the first one stuns, and the second one,
second one does the knockout, right? So you hit for 1, then you hit for 8 if you land the stun on that first little 1 archery attack. So that's an interesting little sneaky thing. But you'll have to see if you have to get him to level 2 or level 3 because he has 5 abilities. So if this is last level, does he get this toolkit at level 3? Or does he get this toolkit at level 2? I don't know if those images have been shared yet.
well, there is a view all levels, man.
Oh yeah, there it is. Let's take a quick look. So two. Okay, yeah. So he gets that. So 1 and 6. So see, maybe getting him here still would be a playable card in my opinion. And then that's only 3 cards. That's not so bad. If you get him
Oh,
here, he picks up that divine shield, but that's not that important.
just 1 second.
11, he picks up piercing. Piercing is important if you land that first attack stun, and then you go ahead and get yourself into a situation where you're um, got somebody with a lot of armor, you'd like that big attack to pierce. So it is a pretty cool. Oops, I didn't mean to go there. It is a pretty cool card, but definitely Echo. Oh, I'm not. I'm bad at using the new website still. But Echo. So to make it so that a single healer does a double heal, and to have a
It's not
cleanse.
even it's not even about the double Q, it's about double repair that you'll be
Yeah.
getting.
Well, double repair for the selves and all healing cards, including um, like healing, cleansing. They did say healing, right? Repair and all healing, and yeah,
No, healing and triage as well.
Yeah, healing triage. So they all would happen twice. So if you play one person with triage, they'll triage two people. If you play one healer, they'll double heal the tank. If you play repairers, they'll double repair armor. This card is ridiculous, especially because of the teams that it is on.
Exactly.
Because now green isn't known for armor as much, but they have some pretty good armor cards. But the life team, to have this card be available on life is just
Yeah.
wild. I mean, can you imagine? This is sitting back there. You have a healer and you if you have Immortalis in the front with this card in the back with a healer, you're now triple repairing, no, quadruple repairing, double triaging, and double healing on that team. And you have cards that are immortal. I mean, it's just wow.
And
Um,
imagine also playing with the MP, Elias.
Yeah, the things that you can imagine with this card is going to be interesting. I think this one is definitely going to be one of the ones that prints at a very, very, very high thing. So
I'm just saying, like Elias with the ability to give a shield strike. Imagine getting a card like the neutral 11 mana giant with 11 shield, giving him some shield from the bear, some shield from the silver shield guy, and then you have all that repairs and that uh, piercing shield strike for 15. It's just, yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
broken.
it's just it's pretty wild ability. You're going to have to max it out. It's going to definitely be kind of an interesting play.
Unfortunately, I have to max it out.
Yes.
Is my chat
I don't
stuck?
know. My I haven't seen anybody talk either. Maybe they're just
Yeah,
mad at us.
are we
Let's see.
live still?
Do you see my chat?
I see yours.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we bored them. They all fell
Uh,
asleep or they left.
No, but
I
are
don't
we
know.
live even?
Yeah, we have 8 people still watching.
Oh, 8 people. Wow.
Yeah,
No,
it's not crowded. Sorry,
no, it's okay. I was just seeing
but
in the beginning so many people in the chat. I was like, okay, maybe we'll have some nice conversation. But I mean, okay. I guess
yeah, yeah. Well,
you
it
just
it.
lost a listener.
Paul said howdy to prove that it's working. After Sound said he can hear you. Don't you?
Okay, well,
They're all just listening while we're in the car.
yeah, we are
They're
white
just not
noise.
chatting.
We are white. The white noise.
So,
Kind of.
but I mean, definitely, I think this card is the less, probably one of the least like you must have cards, but definitely could be a very interesting card. This is one of the more gotta haves. So, Dale's talked too much on After Sound stream. Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to that after this, guys. I didn't have time to listen to that and the town hall and do our show, so got to check that out afterwards and see what you and Lorcas said. Um, these two, I ended up maxing both of these out.
Good for you.
This one,
Show off.
this well, this one, I'm wondering if it was a good move or not. Um, to spend the money on. I haven't really got to use it that much. I've tried it out a couple times. It has won. It has been helpful, but I haven't quite figured out
At
how to
what
use it
level? At
that
what
much.
level does it get the face thing?
I think isn't that the last ability?
I don't know. I don't remember,
Let's
but
see.
I
Where
mean
is that card?
that was the one that I was considering because to be honest, from
Oh wait.
these promo cards, I'm only focusing on the ones that have unique abilities. Oh, it's a second ability, so pretty early, I would say.
Yeah, it picks out. I ended up with one extra.
It's okay, you know where to send it, but show me the stats.
Ah, gosh.
You don't know where the stats are?
No, no, no. I do.
So for 25 copies it needs. Yeah, if anything, if I'll be getting it for anything, that'll be level 4 for the unique ability. But that's what I'm getting from this card. Like that's what I'm interested in. Only the ones with
Yeah, I mean,
abilities.
cripple. I wanted it for the weekend. the only reason I ended up playing it to the max level is because I just did some mints and I got lucky and got 2 golds twice. So I wanted to, I was hoping I could sell these, but we'll have to see what if the price starts to turn around because so far it's just been going down. I don't know how much demand
Because
there
it's
is for
not
the card.
really that exceptional. I mean, it's in some situations, like for example, giving a face to the card that we got the honor to present, the guy with the Splinterlands logo on the stomach. Giving to that card face could be, but which even splinters? Was it? Does it have even water on its splinters?
Which one? This one?
The, yeah, it
Yeah,
does. It
It's
does.
water earth.
Okay, but
So
yeah,
I mean,
giving
it
face.
does it is nice because you don't see weaken that often in the new set. So
Well,
to
I
have
mean,
that ability there,
but
and then
it's a weekend on 7 mana cards. When you're playing 7 mana cards, usually there are high mana matches. So
well, yeah, but that also is one of the reasons I like sometimes core abilities like that on a bigger card that has other stuff because, but I mean the real thing here is to give the phase ward to
yeah,
creatures.
that's what I'm
So
saying. Like giving the
the
face.
real the sneaky play I've done with this is in like a reverse speed game and giving like Grimbardoon phase ward so he can dodge magic because physical damage usually isn't a problem for him. Magic isn't even a problem for him really, but then when he's dodging magic in a reverse speed, it's pretty funny. I've done that once, and
Well,
he
it will be fun. Is there any card with like return, like the one that when you miss, what was it like?
a backfire.
Backfire.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
slow card with backfire. That will be fun.
yeah. You could probably put it there's a couple different ways but I haven't really figured out how to play it. I think at its peak, I think what I got to remember is the idea I think I need to see is the dual summoner card, and normally you put what's his name in the front who already has shield, Oshanis. So now you could pick somebody else besides Oshanis on your team to be that front level tank
Yeah.
on the blind team, but you have to see. So
And then, as I was saying, the big guy, what was it like? You know which card I'm talking about, right? On the water splinter, the guy with the splinter lands on his.
oh yeah, the new one.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
the new
him
rewards card. That's
him
interesting.
him with face and cryptic would be probably deadly.
Yeah, so
But aside
cryptic
from
phase
that,
and her,
oh,
right?
he is not pro. Uh, he's I think
He's
isn't
reward.
yeah
Commander
yeah
Slate.
that Commander Slade, yeah. So
Yeah,
this guy at max level with
he'd have the dodge, he'd
yeah,
have the backfire, he's
he
got the
has the
6
blind
speed,
he has blind from cryptic. Then we
blind
have
from
the phase,
cryptic, and then give him phase ward. Ooh,
and there
I
are
want to try that, but I don't have him at high enough level. I only have him here. But he's got the
yeah.
dodge, so I guess I could still give it a try.
Yeah, and there are like quite a lot of cards in Water Team that can either slow or
Yeah.
speed your team, slow the other or slow the opponent or speed your team. So it could be
This is
fun.
the real reason why I started to bot again. I was not earning enough glint, so
See,
now I'm earning a lot more.
we have here a controversial question from Paul Taylor.
Yeah, we already went over this a little bit, Paul. So you might have missed it from the beginning. We both, I think, are okay with bots being allowed in the um, survival mode because survival mode is meant to be used for people that hold a lot of cards and make a giant investment into the game. If you're willing to make that giant investment, I'm okay with the idea that you can use a bot to play that giant investment for you. Some people might not like that, so I really, that's fine if you don't like it. But the interesting thing about bots and bots when it comes to Splinterlands, and Aftersound brought this up on his show this morning, um, they have a good and a bad side to the game. They help rental markets. They help card assets stay at a certain price. They don't always help tokens hold a good price, because if you're botting, you usually want to make enough money out of the game to cover your botting services and stuff like that. But it's an interesting one, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but see, rent is fine. Like there'll be that will be meaning cars are
Yeah,
off.
yeah. As long as they work out the rental thing so that maybe you can only use. I like that. They said they're going to look into the fact that they understand that if you rented it for 2 days, used it in survival mode, and then it had a cooldown of a couple days, that would be not very good for the people renting it out. So that's a problem. Um, Yeah, yeah, exactly. Tails has got it there. They're going to do the SPS staking requirements still needed. They're going to have long cooldowns if your cards are down. So I mean, to me, it's okay. Um, and also being able to use soulbound cards, that's only advantage to somebody who is here. So I don't mind that advantage. You'd have to be here and be playing and earned a lot of Soulbound cards to have multiple copies of Soulbound cards. That is an interesting thing for me. I do have a lot of copies of the old Soulbound cards. I didn't do a good job of unlocking them and trying to sell them and moving them around yet, which is not great on my part. But you know, it'll be an interesting thing. But I feel like another area for bots to be able to play and earn, and one that is going to be a place where I think having a bot who can make you really good lineups is going to be very advantageous, because you're not going to want your cards to die. You're going to want them to live and be able to play more. It is going to be just something that's good for the game. Um, Personally.
And I don't think survival pass would be good because after all, there will be a lot of people that are taking the opportunity to play because they just rent chaos cards and they compete just with like several meta chaos cards and yeah, I don't say that's a good thing, but that's the reality. So those people all of a sudden would be forced to play either in wild, which requires them to pay, I know it's just 2000 DEC, but 2000 DEC is 2000 DEC. So they will be forced to pay 2000 DEC to compete with whatever they're used to competing with. And that will be the survival will be just another option for them not to leave the game, but to start playing in yeah, in survival mode, and maybe even if it's like they're renting cars, using them, and then anyways, the minimum rental time is what, 3 days? Was it 2 days, 3 days? What was it?
I thought it was 2 days currently.
But whatever it is, they're still paying for those 2 days for those cars, and the more people rent cars, the less cars there'll be on the market, and the higher the price of the rental cars will go. So yeah, I don't think putting a pass will be a good idea because even if it's a small amount, it can, turn people away, and we don't want that. I mean, I definitely don't want them to dip into my modern rewards, but I mean, they can just dip in the other pool as long
Yeah,
as they.
well, I did like too that the team said that they're going to use their funds for the initial rollout of this, and then it will come down to a DAO proposal whether or not the DAO wants to change around where our rewards are going. So it'll be interesting to see. We also got a land update today. It wasn't huge. We got this pie chart. No, we got some other visuals as well. But basically, we're getting reminded we are reaching a time pretty soon where we're going to have, he says he's done with this. So
Yeah.
he's done with reprogramming the sites to, these ones can make grain, these ones can make wood, these ones can make stone, these ones that can make iron. I will say that this is kind of interesting, because when it comes to the next level of resources, if this is all that these can make and everything else is going to be refined from these, then that's
Yeah.
going to be pretty interesting, because there's supposed to be a lot of resources, or later on
Well, he
our
said
Caldara
that,
is going to make something else.
yeah, he said that iron will also get all kinds of ores as well. So
And
probably. stone will make different kinds of whatever gems or whatever it is. Like, they can play around with things. Those are the main resources for now.
Yeah, and that, but we got these, and he said he's getting close to this switch around. He needs to get, they're working on this part of it here, which is basically making the different LPs. So the idea
No,
here is to
that's
have it.
done.
Yeah,
That's
well, the
done.
LPs are done, but tracking fees
Yeah,
earned, he's
yeah,
still working on,
yeah.
and the resource to resource swaps are not done. Because
Everything
ideally,
that is white is not done. The green is done, and the yellow
yeah,
is in progress.
yeah. So he's working on this. Basically, he's still working on the whole LP system in general. Yes, the LP pairs are created, but he's got to be able to make them be able to swap one to one, so that if I want to swap iron for wood, in the background my iron swapped to DEC, the DEC is swapped to wood, and I don't see that. It just happens. That's what he's working on over
I
here.
don't think that should take a lot of time. I mean, I
No,
know it sounds
it's not.
easier than probably it is, but still, it's just, I don't think that's a tough part. And I think he was pretty confident that around beginning of New Year we can have land 1.75 as far as I remember. So it's not that far from now.
Also, he talked about how we're going to be changing how we earn SPS and how we earn research. This is going to get harder. You're going to need inputs of certain items into these locations in order to create these things. So that's going to be
We
interesting.
we were waiting for that, yeah.
Yeah, so the whole land we've had those of us who have land have had a nice free time to do the easy mode, and now you're going to get the complicated mode, and then
Yeah. But might be
you know,
more lucrative.
yeah, I went and looked at my land to see, like, to finally really take a look at what I'm going to have to do, and it's wildly bad for me.
Mhm. Why?
I have like two plains, no lakes. I do have a decent amount of river and bog, so I can grow some grain, but both of my legendary plots are just deserts, and currently they're growing like all the grain for my land because I packed them up with like really high PP monsters, legendary like totems, and then no epic totems and legendary titles because I have some. And so they're just pumping out a ton of grain. And I'm like, man, I'm not going to be able to replicate that grain production when I have to go over to, I think the best thing I did have a couple epic rivers.
Well, no,
So
but the thing is like you can be selling stones and getting grain instead.
yeah, it'll be interesting because like I have a ton of deserts and canyons. I don't have hardly any mountains or badlands or calderas, so I'm not going to be able to make much iron.
It's okay,
Um,
mine 90% calderas.
Yeah, and then I have no forest at all. I do have swamps and tundras. I also have no jungles. So I can't really make wood. I can't really make iron. I
Well,
can
you
make
have swamp and
some
tundra now.
grain and I
It's,
can make a ton of stone.
it's
So
the same, man.
basically I'm going to be a stone producer.
Man, I will be Iron Man.
Yeah, and we'll be having to do a lot of trading. But the fact that it's made like this is good because if you look at me, I have two tracks and I'm still stuck to where I can really only specialize in doing stone. Now, if I had gotten two tracks that were maybe farther apart, I might have been able to specialize each track in one thing. But since mine are right next to each other, they're like 70% desert and 20% swamp river because there's a river that goes through the middle of the desert. So I get swamps, rivers, bogs around there, 70% desert, and then like a random I have three mountains. I mean, what are you going to do? So it is an interesting setup. It's going to get a lot more complicated. I know a lot of people don't care that much about the land game, but the big reason is because that you should is because if all this LP stuff is up and working and we're trading, and these DEC pools get bigger, well then hopefully this number will start to float around a
Plus,
lot closer to par
plus every
because
transaction made burns a little bit of DEC as well.
yeah, and so this will start to go down again when land is out, and hopefully the demand on this going into those LP pools and just the way things work, that this can be a closer to par. When this is closer to par, this actually gets burned to make more of this, which then counteracts it disappearing, but hopefully helps push up the price of SPS. So it's definitely good to see that finally coming. The other thing I don't want to talk too much about, but validators are coming close to coming out. We got some information on the kind of server you're going to need to run a validator. I have a validator license. I still plan to run one. You can see how much he cares about them. He left.
He left, but he's listening.
I know. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. I mean,
And I have two
well,
validators, but I don't really care much.
yeah, it was funny. I used to have two validators, and then one day I saw that I could sell a validator for like as much as it would take. Like it would have took that validator 20 years to make that much SPS, and then I could just start staking that SPS immediately. So I'm like, eh. So I just I sold one of them. I don't. So it'll be interesting to see if that is if it's something that I don't know if it moves the needle
Are
a
you
lot.
are you planning to run it on a computer at home or just hire
No,
a?
no, I'll fork out the money to get a virtual computer running somewhere. Um, I've done that in the past. It's like $2 or $3 a month for like a little server. The server they need is kind of big compared to what I've seen in the past. But I don't think I'll try to run it at home because um, I don't want to run it on my current computer, and I couldn't see buying a new computer just to run a node.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. I'm gonna look into how much it's gonna cost to do it. I might be able to snag an old laptop from work or something, but I don't know if it would have enough resources. So out there in the crowd, how many of you are gonna run a node? I'm trying to get in
And
the
I,
chat
I
a little
know
bit.
it was a little bit back, but just to notice that Django said that Commander's Late is his favorite reward card.
Yeah, yeah, I haven't used him as much, but mostly because I've been focusing on getting the epics leveled up, so I don't have him at a high level, and because I was bad and not playing enough, I don't have as many of the newer rewards cards as I think the players who have been consistently playing. So okay, so Paul's gonna run one. Do you guys plan on buying a computer? Or are you guys going something like Azure or one of the other platforms? I'd like to find maybe a crypto platform that does cloud computing and lets you run a server, but I don't know. I don't know if there's any projects that are doing that. So
I'll wait until other people figure it out, and I'll just go with the cheapest solution, I guess.
yeah,
That
and the
is
one thing
viable.
I didn't hear him mention this, but I could have missed it. Did he say anything about the used to say that you could delegate your license to somebody else? Because
I
originally, when
don't know.
validators were sold, the reason that you could buy multiples was that when you ran your validator node, you could say that like I have two licenses, and then you'd get more credit, and then other people could stake their licenses to your node, and it would make it kind of stand out more in some way or another. So some people had bought them, never actually planning to run them. You got like Bananas saying he'd have to do a virtual machine. Uh, yeah, and Paul's going to do a VPS somewhere. Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing. We all have to look into the pricing for that. And it's going to be interesting. So the one bad thing I remember when I was talking to them about the fact that some people were going to be doing this delegation mode is we might not get enough nodes because you want hopefully to get it's delegated proof of stake from what I understand, kind of model like similar to the Hive chain and similar to um, like Hive and BSC. So if you have 21 validators, you still want at least probably 40 nice servers out there running the software, so you have backup validators and stuff. So
yeah. When, as I said, it's not that immediate. I mean, whenever it's getting close to, people will start coming up with solutions, and I'll just see what suits me best. I'm not planning to do my own research this time because meh.
Yeah, and Paul's saying that they have to send the license to you, so he doesn't think you can delegate at this point. And so it's going to be interesting. The one thing that's going to be interesting, if not that many people do it, I wonder how the voting's going to work. We need to talk to the whales to vote for our validators so we can be top validators. But I know a lot of them are going to look at like what virtual service you use, are you putting minimum specs on it? Are you going to throw in a little bit of extra storage, a little bit of extra VPS, and are you going to constantly be updating it and stuff like that? Is one of the things that's going to be important. So
Well, on his question, will the rewards be good enough? We don't know yet, but I'm hoping yes, because I'm
yeah,
hoping not everybody will be running their nodes for one reason or another. Well, now everybody is getting part of the SPS just for having the nodes. So I'm just thinking there'll be less participants and probably, I mean, people left the game, forgot about their validators or whatnot. I mean, maybe not all of the validators will be run, or some people like Bananas just doesn't know if he want to sign up for that. So yeah, some people will be like, yeah, who cares? I mean,
yeah. I
but
think in the beginning, if you know how to do it and you do the legwork and they don't have the best guide, but you have the technical ability to get it up and running and working, and you struggle through it. If you're one of the few people doing it, and then the stakeholders appreciate that and make you one of the top validators, and you're getting that big share, because you got to think about like in the beginning, if only like 40 of us do it, then all those validator rewards that are going out right now would only be split up between 40 people, basically, from what I understand, at least in the beginning. And then when they actually run it, it's going to be, I think, based a little bit on more on how many transactions you actually validate. So it's an interesting thing. It is going to be interesting, definitely, to see SPS chain come to life. And once the chain is out there and it's running, how long before and how much more money it's going to cost the game actually runs on the chain, and are any of the Into the Splinterverse ecosystem going to run on the SPS chain, or are they all going to keep doing what they're doing today, being kind of second layer tokens on Hive? So
well,
yeah, okay, I guess you're right about that, Paul Taylor. If somebody has like, is there that many people with 50 validators? What's the
not that many,
richness
but
on
there are some.
validators?
I know somebody was there was a competition between two people getting who get more validators. I don't even remember who were those people, but yeah, just go to the rich list and top holders.
Yeah, it's called top holders now. So Glint deck, SPS,
Just choose
voucher.
another option. They did
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
news
So,
SPS
uh,
validators. You passed it.
oh, I passed it.
Under vouchers.
There it is.
See ya.
Ooh,
See ya.
179. 2 people with 179. SPS Whale with 174.
47.
Neil has 119. Cryptomancer has 105. Michael's got the 101. So you got that's interesting. And then Vutkiss has 92. Sheesh, I only have one. I
I have
guess,
two. I
I
made
guess
it to
people,
top 200. No. Oh, for
no. You got to get two more to get up there into the
yeah, I'm
four zone.
okay. I'm okay not being there.
Yeah. Let's see really quick on where's credits? There it is. Sorry, I'm doing a quick spy on Azercon. He's got 2,000,005, so he's got enough to buy one and still prop it up. So he'd have to buy two more before he ran out of credits and had to buy more. So
Yeah, pretty much.
darn.
Yeah, for everybody that is hoping to get cheap auction house legendary, doesn't seem like Azarcon is willing to let you.
Hey, Birds, Breeze, and Trees. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's my Bitcoins? Not enough Bitcoins, but they're worth a lot more, which is cool.
Bitcoins. He's asking about your Bitcoins.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if he wants the golden one, Paul Taylor, but he's setting a minimum bid, and I think he'd said he would do this. But if the sale was going bad and he had to constantly buy them, then I don't know if he could keep doing it. But basically, if you go to the bid history, I mean the past winners, if you look after the third one, Azarcon's been here with over a million in credits every single time. So he there was the one that he won where he actually bid DEC and credits, which is kind of funny. He was the number 1 and number 3 bid. And then, you know, you can keep going here. This one here, he pushed it all the way up to 1.3, and you know, he did a million, then a million three. When somebody just, you know, he probably did this and somebody did that, so then he did that to make them do that. And then people came in at the end, and you know, eventually they got it, but they had to go way up there. And it's just, you know, now see, you can just click on every single one. He's bidding on every one that 1,200,000, 1,300,000 DEC or credits basically, and he has 2.5 million. So let's say he wins one here when he does this and buys it for 1.3, then gets a second. He could do it. He could keep doing it again, and he's propping this up and making people have to pay 1.4, 1.3. Now maybe after the first gold one sells, if we see him buy it for 2.5 or 4, you know. Oh, okay, he needs 5. I hadn't heard him say that. So it'd be interesting to see if he gets 5. Cuz I mean, would I pay 113 around these prices for one? Maybe. I'd prefer. I wanted to get one for about 800,000, so this is going for about almost double. We'll have to see.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
So
he's back, sir.
had a guest. So
No problem, no problem. I was thinking we could probably start to wrap it up. We've been going for like an hour, but is there anything from the town hall we're forgetting to talk about?
well, I don't
Um,
know the questions because as I said, I
oh,
fell
you fell
asleep.
asleep. Yeah, I mean, during the question, there wasn't anything really big. Most of them were about the survival mode, and a lot of
I would
What
thought
Matt
so,
was
yeah.
saying was, you know, we'll have to know. Oh wow! So Bajangles thinks it's going to go closer to 15 million for the gold foil. I guess that kind of makes sense if we're getting
I'm
one.
hoping, I'm hoping. I was like, we're talking today again with wasn't on the phone. He was like, how much you think? It said like maybe 10,000. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm hoping even for 15. Why not? It's just like, I mean, it's only going to be like four of them or five. Four, was it four? Five.
Five, five.
Okay. There'll be
There's
only
only gonna.
five of them at all so yeah, yeah, I can see it reaching 15,000.
Yeah, the one thing that's going to be interesting, I think, after we get past the first gold, is to see if this floor of like 1,300,000 DEC holds, or if it starts to go down a little bit.
Well,
Because
that's up to Ozercon.
yeah, it is a little bit, you know, it's a little bit. But they did say Azarcon wants to get 5, so if he gets his 5, then would he stop bidding and let it go down? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, but you know when, I mean, when do you reckon he'll get his five? Because I mean, I see still people that are in the bits that haven't gotten theirs yet. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, and I haven't even come into the bids yet because I see no
well,
point.
because
I
you
only
want it
have
cheap,
yeah. Well, I want to see what happens for a little while. You know, I
and
didn't feel
I'm just waiting for Solana to hit 1,000, so Django's get me one. That's what he said.
if Solana hits 1,000.
Yeah, And
All
you
right.
said,
I think
and
I think I
you said you chip in
yeah
the half of
yeah.
it.
I did say I'd give him half because I got a couple Solana tokens. So,
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm
but
waiting.
what's it at, guys? What's Sol at?
Well, Django's in the beginning said his car and his in our show is interrupted by his Solana all-time high alerts. So probably
Did
good.
did Sol pass 200?
Two, two.
Oh, 260.
What is talking? It was two above 250 for a while. Now it's about 260. Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No, 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 not at all. Just 740 to go.
Look, it's my little meme token, Brett.
And Django says Zircon ain't gonna stop setting the floor. Confirmed.
Yeah, yeah. Why's he got to be so mean, Bajangles? Doesn't he know some of us are on a budget?
Well, no, but I guess he knows something we don't, like what Zircon is going to do. So I guess he talked with him.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm joking. That's why I said, but why is Azarkon got to be so mean? This is the little base joke coin that I got into, and it's up like 300%. But I only put 200 bucks in, and now it's
Mhm.
worth like 600 or 700 bucks. So that's like,
But
yay! Kind of funny.
300,
Kind of funny.
337%. Well, I mean, who's your insider man, man?
Um, it will when I got onto base chain, right? Because of the game you don't want me to talk about is on base, and
Yeah.
so when I went over there, um, I was like, well, what meme coin is the on base chain? Because every chain has its meme coin, and I started looking into it, and it was a guy who was from Crypto Banter who does meme coins, and he said he was a guest on Crypto Banter. I
Oh, the
started
crypto
following him.
banter, the small South
No, it
African man.
wasn't Manram though. It was a guy who came on the show to talk about meme coins,
Oh,
and
okay.
so he said Brett's going to be the Coinbase base chain meme coin. It's the first one. It's got the biggest community, and I thought Coinbase chain would have a chance at being popular, so I went and bought a little bit.
But did you sell already, or you just
No,
waiting?
no. If I figured I'd sell if it gets to $1,000, because then I'll turn on. Oh, that's a 10x. So, if not, I put $100. I'd like 150 actually. I think was all I put into it.
Okay.
So
So you have to wait until 1500.
yeah. I mean, no. If it got to like a
Okay,
thousand
next.
dollars, I would just yeah. I'm sorry. I would just take it. I'd be like, okay, $1,000, cool. But
Okay.
because I don't think Brett
Fair.
will run up like Dogecoin because it's already at like it's a different. I don't know. I haven't even looked into it really.
I mean, yeah,
But
it's insane. It's insane. You better not look because it will be like, damn.
but I care more. I want this one. I want these two zeros to
What
go
happened with
away.
Push and Chef? Wasn't it our meme coin?
Um, I don't know what did happen to Push and
Well,
Shove. Is that
there is
still a
like radio
token?
silence. I haven't heard people talking about it. So
Oh,
everybody else's meme coins are shooting, and ours is like,
I totally forgot about Push and Shove. Where is that coin again?
I don't know, PSH. I don't know.
Push. Yeah, no.
PNS probably something like that. No, no,
No.
PNS, Push and Shove. Like Guns N'
P
Roses, PNS. No? Yeah, push protocol. Mm,
push P.
PNS,
Yeah.
so push and shove down. PNS SPS.
Oh, look at that. I don't know.
Mm, what I'm looking at.
You're looking at a 1 hour chart on penis. Oh yeah, I remember this
Penis.
token now.
Penis.
Push and shove. Let's see. Day token. It's not
Seems
doing very
sounds
good
about right.
today.
Or
Here, let me move us
that
over here.
matter in general.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's doing very good. Pretty much just down, and it's chilling
Oh,
down here.
see? Yeah, it's just, I mean, every other chains, meme coins are booming. It's like everything else in Hive, man. Just everything just doesn't, for some reason, just not flying. Hey, Gathering.
Oh, hey, Gathering. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we're probably wrapping up soon. We're looking at push
Yeah,
and shove token that I had completely forgot about.
you came to say goodbye because we're about to. Mm.
Yeah, Baby was preaching your book earlier that the rebellion cards are very limited and going to be very valuable.
Oh,
So
is that
that
Gatherings
yeah,
book?
yeah, a lot of his shows talk about the how there's not very much liquidity on a lot of the cards
Oh,
in the market.
yeah, I
So
mean, there's not any much of anything regarding rebellion that, and yeah, people. I mean, it will be just Untamed all over again. I just see it.
yep. Yeah, survival mode is the replacement for hardcore mode. The basic breakdown of it gathering is it's going to be a ranked ladder, and then when you play a game, if a card dies, it goes away and can't be used for some kind of cooldown. I haven't looked at the math yet to know for exactly how long, but the idea is, if they kill off your healer, then the next time you play a game, you won't have that healer card anymore unless you have two copies of it, then you can play your other copy. And then you can also look at so it rewards you for having a lot more cards. They're going to do the first season with team provided tokens, leaderboard prizes. It's supposed to launch in January. They're going to allow botting in it, from what we understand. We talked about how this could be the return of somebody with a very big collection coming in and using a bot to win some rewards. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. Matt and them, they're still working out some of the kinks. So if that means it doesn't come out in January, who knows?
Kinky.
Yeah, it's just ranked matches, but basically, if your card dies, you can't use it again.
For
So,
several days.
and your
Not
summoner
that,
can
not in
die if you
general.
lose the match. So if I'm using my kitty and I run into a match where I lose, then I can't use kitty anymore, and I'm like, ah, shit.
Well, just so he doesn't understand it in the wrong way. Not that you cannot ever use it anymore again, but it's just like several days cooldown.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be definitely pretty interesting. One of the things they're going to add into the game to burn some DEC is consumables that can bring your characters back to life. They were going with the idea of potions, or Nate said maybe he's going to change it to Phoenix ashes, and you throw them on your card, it brings them back up, so you can use them again. But you'd have to buy ththose potions, kind of the way you buy
It's just
bloodstones or
another
you buy
DC
anything
sync
else.
or glitter sync or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be a DEC sync or a glitter sync. The Yes, no more gladiators in modern soon. That's going to
I
be
was
great.
interesting. I was having that conversation today, and do you think for sure they'll be going with the Chaos set? Because technically,
I'm not for
are they
sure.
part of
They
the
talked
same?
about they're going to evergreen Rooney. They haven't really talked about it, but
Oh, the Rooney I know, but I mean they haven't said anything about Gladiator cards.
I
But
don't
since they're
know.
part of the set, are they really going to remove them? And since they're like so bound and that barely few people have
The issue, I think the reason he's saying it more is because soulbound summoners are going away. Soulbound
well,
summoners are
that
Chaos
that
Legion.
that yeah, that's totally fine. But still, will I be
I
with
think if
them?
you got the rule set where gladiators were allowed, you'd still be able to use them.
No, but I'm just saying because first there was like word about second set of gladiator cards supposedly that I think that was what
Look,
uh
I maxed out another
Jandos
gladiator card.
good for you show off.
And then
So
this one too, Lisa. So I'm starting to max some of them
this
out.
this one is stupid, but Tatiana, congratulations.
Yeah, these are
But
the two. These are the two. And then I now have two gold foil chorus.
also you can now play with in survival mode with your chorus.
Yeah.
You can combine them in level three, and then that one will have immunity too.
Yeah, but I haven't maxed out a lot of the other ones. I still have a decent amount of gold cards because I didn't ever burn them away for DEC like other people.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, what I'm saying is, if new set of gladiators are coming, this one might be retired. Who knows? Goes in wild. I mean, but yeah, my question was more like in phrase, like in bros. Can you use them in modern only phrase?
oh, I don't know. I
But it's
mean,
interesting, yeah.
yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know you'll see them a lot less often in modern because the summoners
Oh,
are
in
going to be
modern, yeah,
gone.
but no,
I
gladiators
mean,
will be in ranked
modern
players
is going to be
because
so different when Arcana comes out. The
exactly,
free summoners
exactly,
are going to be gone. The cheap
and I'm
summoners are
happy,
going to be
and I'm
gone.
happy about it.
All that stuff's going to be gone, and only the people who invested in Rebellion and invested in Arcane, and it's going to be mostly the people that invested in Rebellion who are going to be able to really dominate in modern. So it's going to be an interesting time. It's going to change the game a
Yeah,
lot.
so happy I
So
almost maxed mine, and I have like some packs aside.
yeah, I still have my little pack of like 70 packs. I've been meaning to buy more packs as we get near the end, but I think I
I'm
have most of my Rebellion set where I want it. If I go
Oh,
to the
I'm happy with what I have said, but yeah, I'm planning to subsidize some of my Arcana buys with Rebellion packs,
like
hopefully.
I
So,
might want to get him the next level because he does get an extra attack. He's one of my last ones, but I usually just used him for the preemptive shatter. Who else is not maxed? This guy, my lurking puffer's only 9. He
that's
gets
important, man.
yeah. I might want to get him poison.
This is one of the cards that doesn't have enough cards for a full for max copy. The Lurking Puffer, and with the new rare card, the new promo rare card that is coming up. I think the price of the puffer will skyrocket, man. That will be the
Maybe
only
I should sell my extra tofu.
that will be the only counter to the echo. And there are not many cards with corrosive ward in the game.
Yeah, and then like I didn't max out the Chaos Lackey, but he's a kind of a silly card. I haven't maxed out the Overseer yet,
No, see that
or
one,
the Ranger,
that
or
one,
this one.
the overseer with the alias. It's fun.
Yeah. I probably should get that one. But yeah, that's all I have is really these neutrals, these ones here,
Yeah.
and then just a couple others. And I don't know if I need to push. Oh yeah, like this guy. I only have this guy at level 8, but I like never use this guy.
Yeah, that's probably. But I mean, I see that your two mana cards, most of them are not maxed.
I maxed out the scout,
Okay, and the other one too, I see you
and then
maxed, but
I maxed out her.
yeah, but you don't have the
So I didn't max out the puffer yet.
uh-huh,
But
which
look,
is
I'm close. I'm close.
okay,
360. So
okay.
I need
But
40 more.
I'm telling you one of the cards that
Ah, darn,
do not
that's
have enough,
94.
it doesn't have enough copies for a
Ah,
max
75. Oh, there's
for
somebody
max
selling
level.
14 of them. But what's that? 14 for $5. I'll max him out eventually. I kind of forgot about the lurking puffer, even though I use it a lot.
Yeah.
And then the death one. Yeah, I only got him at 8, but I don't use him as much.
Okay. But that's
What's he
because
get?
you have
Dispel.
the chaos cards. the Chaos No Attack cards, which will be gone.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I need to go ahead and pull the trigger on this one.
I mean, or you can wait until it's expensive and then buy it. I mean, you don't have to do.
Well, I do have some packs to open, so
Good for you.
you have more. Good for you.
Although, yeah, I mean, they're for selling mostly, not for opening, but yeah.
Yep. And gathering plans to make some cool videos to walk us through the new modern. Yeah, the new modern's going to be pretty crazy. So,
Mm. And with that being said,
he's going to and he said he's going to get 20 copies of one BCX Chaos cards. That's interesting. My Chaos collection. I don't know. I have my bot accounts that have the other ones, so I have extra copies of all these cards, but just like random. See, like, oh, well, see this one. I have 592 copies of the Fire Caller and like 651 defenders. Um, that's so funny to see.
yeah.
I should probably just burn some of those for glint, huh?
Well, if you don't plan on playing in survival, you should probably max some more
Yeah.
copies.
Okay, get another. I could get one more maxed copy
Yeah.
and then burn the rest. Maybe just have two max. I got a
Well,
whole
you know,
bunch of.
because if it turns
I
out,
got a whole bunch of these guys at level 10, but they
yeah,
see they're all working on the land.
me too, and also the other pelacors.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens to
Yeah, I
these.
mean, if they're a good money and if they make it easy on Archmage to select which cards to play, I don't have any problem
Yeah, look, I
letting
guess I can figure out
Archmage.
something to do with these. I have a bunch of level twos. I totally forgot about that.
Well, you can match them. You can match
my
them.
my my
But
Belkas.
yeah, I might let Archmage play with my Chaos and reward cards because I won't be since I'll be playing in Modern. So yeah, definitely. If they make it easy to select which cards the bot can use, and I can tell the bot not to touch the modern cards because I don't want to be able to not play them in run. Yeah, I can sacrifice the chaos ones. Who cares?
Huh, I wonder how I have that one locked. And then I have
You
an
felt
extra
like
one.
having him locked.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
All right, just looking at my
It's
collection
been
here, guys. So it's
it
been
has
fun. I
yeah,
mean, the overall takeaway we had, it's fun to see a happy Matt. It's fun to see a happy team. They're still pumping out lots of updates. We've got the one thing we didn't mention is we did get the rollout of the new battle screen for modern, the modern rollout. So that's good to see that they're pretty much almost done. There's going to be an interesting competition for guys like Gathering After Sound. I'll probably do a video for it to do a new intro to the website and a new breakdown and kind of tutorial for the game made by somebody in the community. So that would be kind of cool because then you'd be in the game as the new person doing the intro. So we'll have to see when they officially put that out. They talked about doing that on the town hall today, relatively soon. So that could be fun. Um, yeah, and let's look forward to the day where we look at our collections and they're worth millions of dollars, guys, because they might be coming. Who knows?
yeah, it's very soon, like very close, you know.
Yep. Do you want to say anything before we sign off?
Uh, I would- I want to thank everybody that stayed with us through the show, even the people that left because maybe they will watch the rest on replay or whatnot. But thanks everybody for showing up and showing your support by hitting the like and subscribe and so on. And just having conversation with us. It's always fun. I'll try to bring somebody one of next weeks. So we might have a yeah guest at some point, but if not, you be stuck with us, and it is what it is.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Do you think that Lakers game